Last time on Dragon Ball Rage, after discovering Gohan as possibly the most potential of any fighter in Universe 7, Jairus believes he's wasting his life being nothing more than a scholar and a family man. So he resurrected a particular foe, and instilled him with his own power to release the boy's hidden anger. But after Cell ended both Videl and Pan right in front of Gohan, has the god of destruction gone too far? This story is created by Jairus Smith and is part 2 of an ongoing series. Support him on Twitter and catch up fully using the links below. Heavy dark clouds begin to form overhead as lightning clashes through the sky. Even the earth itself starts to mimic the mood of this tragedy and the chaos that must be swelling within Gohan's mind. Cell once again inquires how it feels to be helpless and saving those he cares for. First his father, now his partner and child. Is there no end to his failure? All he had to do was the bare minimum in keeping his family alive. How pathetic. The Saiyan weeps as he clings to his wife's lifeless body. He did fail her. He failed her and Pan both. Just as the others find their way to the battle. While sensing his arrival was one thing, it's a completely different story seeing this monster up close again. During their first meeting, he was a force of unprecedented might. What he is now doesn't even compare. He takes a sadistic satisfaction in seeing all the Z-Fighters once more. He chimes that it appears that only 2 are missing from the dear old gang, albeit the only 2 which matter, Goku and Vegeta. But something tells him they won't take long. While he does this, Piccolo runs over to fearfully question if he's too late, undoubtedly already able to sense the lack of a life force. It's Videl. And what about Pan? Where is she? Cell is happy to inform that she's dead too.
You monster! How can you kill a defenseless baby?
I'll admit it may have been a bit much, but it was the perfect way to get back at Gohan for destroying me. And I must say, it felt really good. Finally becoming aware of what's going on, Goku shoots from his bed and senses that something's definitely happening with his son. His ki is going wild. Putting his fingers to his forehead, he knows he has to check it out. There's no way this could be good. And already sprinting towards his ki, Vegeta wonders why Gohan's power is rising like it is. It must have something to do with what he felt earlier. Something has to be going down. Arriving, Goku shouts to know what's happened to Videl, as a familiar timbre cackles.
Ah, Goku, how good of you to join us.
Like the others, he can't believe this is happening. How is he back? And where's his granddaughter? Struggling to accept it, Piccolo tries to explain what's happened. Pan, she's joyfully chiming in. Cell believes the word he's looking for is
dead.
Screaming out after him. Goku bellows that he doesn't care how or why he's back. All he knows is he's going to make him pay for the life he took from Videl, and most certainly the life he took from his granddaughter. As the Namekian offers to take Videl back to the guys, away from here. He apologizes to Gohan, as Goku attempts to likely suggest his son sit this one out.
No! You'll pay for this!
Gohan, wait! Stopping the Half Saiyan with only one hand. How? There's no way he should be this powerful after all these years of being dead. The monster mockingly closes his eyes to enlighten our gang. He can easily see Gohan has gained some phenomenal strength since he himself has been away. However, he too has acquired some new power as well. As Gohan is one-shot into the mud, Goku rushes over to check on him. An ecstatic Cell screeches that this is what true power feels like. Unbeknownst to our heroes, Jairus has gifted him some of his own strength. Kneeling, the Saiyan inquires if his son's alright, but he's not conscious. Goku swears he's gonna make Cell pay for what he's done, both for his family and for himself. He steps over to the abomination, and Cell questions how the son of his is doing. From the looks of it, he appears to be taking a little nap. Better wake him before too long. He's going to miss out on all the fun. Before snipping that he's aware his old foe has reached new heights. Believe it or not, He's been filled in on quite a few things they've all been up to the last decade or so. Seems like you blink on this planet and it's unrecognizable. Either way, Cell wants to witness Goku's new summit firsthand. Going straight to Blue, the android actually finds this quite impressive. But now it's his turn. Displaying a purple hue, likely to reflect the destroyer energy which now flows within his body. The villain chides that this is true power. Getting suspicious, Goku only knows one person, at least in this universe, who has this kind of power. But how in the world could it have any relevance to Cell himself? This is all profoundly bizarre. His adversary scoffs, that's enough talk. He's waited longer than the Saiyan can imagine for this. It's time for their rematch to commence. With the deities, Beerus grumbles that this isn't what was supposed to happen. He's already well aware of what that idiot can do, more than he'd even like to know. Though Whis questions how he thought this would unravel. Did he really think Goku would sit by and do nothing? Gohan getting knocked out in one hit didn't exactly leave much room for anything else. Of course, he was hoping that his son would have retaliated. He wanted him to tap into that so-called hidden power the angel spoke of before. Instead, the opposite happened. Cell dealt with him with ease. This might be true, but it's not over yet. It's very likely things may change as the fight goes on. After all, when's the last time they witnessed a battle simply progress from A to B? But it must be said, however, Beerus should remember that this was his idea, and he himself just assumed things would go according to plan. Yet that poor baby named Pan was killed. It's not rare for the Destroyer to play things fast and loose, but this may have been a grave misstep. Who himself admits that casualty in particular is quite unfortunate. Even he has pity for an infant. And it is true that all of this was his own doing. So how about this? Should things get too out of hand, he will intervene. There's no need for the Earthlings to suffer much more because of this. Although this somewhat pleases Whis, the god continues. Speaking of things getting out of hand, it looks like Goku's having some trouble with Cell. It's as if Cell's learning to control what little portion of power he gave him. Actually, he somehow multiplied it. The angel goes on with some insight. This Cell character was created from the genes of Goku and Vegeta, not to mention several others. But when those two in particular reach a new level, they do everything they can to master it as soon as possible. That would explain Cell's ability to control the power Beerus gave him. In all reality, the Earthlings are quite fortunate they were able to defeat him so swiftly the first time he came around. Had things gone even slightly differently, the planet could have easily been conquered by Dr. Gero if given a little more time. A fact the god doesn't appear to have considered before, leaving us to question, how fast would Goku or Vegeta progress if given a HAKAI power-up? Catching his balance, Goku already knows this isn't good. His power is just too much. And to make matters worse, he's still totally depleted from sparring with Vegeta and isn't anywhere near 100%. If he was, this would still be a pretty tough challenge. His enemy quips to know what's the matter. He hopes he doesn't plan on quitting like he did last time. After all, this isn't a tournament, it's revenge. Krillin checks to make sure if everyone else is seeing this too. Goku is having trouble with Cell and it's like he hasn't even broken a sweat. This battle isn't going the way it should be. Tien brings up Goku's new form from the Tournament of Power. Why doesn't he just use that? If the gods applauded him for achieving something even they themselves couldn't, Goku should be able to take out Cell with no problem. Piccolo agrees, but the only problem is that Goku hasn't mastered it yet. He may have reached the highest form of Ultra Instinct, but he can't tap into it at will. Even Cell notices that Goku's running out of gas. He offers to make it easy on the Saiyan and simply end it right now. Although he knows he doesn't have much energy left, Goku figures he'll put the rest of what remains into his next attack. Kaioken! As our hero utilizes the Kaioken, the android is curious what he plans on doing with this dying gasp.
Take this! Give me your best shot, Goku! No, not again!
hitting Cell with the same instant transmission Kamehameha combo as he did during the Cell games. He has to be obliterated. The others also wonder if that did it. Is it over? Or at least did it do some damage? But neither. The invader was able to block the attack with a key shield. Cell cackles if Goku really thought he'd fall for that same little trick again. Poor shame. This tracks back to what Whis was saying about how Cell is made from the same genes as Goku and Vegeta. If either one of them would likely adapt, so would the android. As our hero tries to power up another Kaioken, his body gives out. His training from only a couple hours ago took too much out of him. He's not prepared for a battle like this so soon. The android laughs that he put up a good fight as he did before, but once again, he loses. Now it's time to put him down for good. Defenseless, Goku wonders what he can do. He's in some real trouble. What? Just as he did against a lesser android. And Frieza. And Zamasu. Vegeta intervenes at the last moment to save Goku. He condemns his rival that you'd think after the Tournament of Power, he would have been able to handle this. Who figures, yeah, he screwed this one up. The prince smirks that Kakarot may have never defeated a god. But he has, clearly signifying he very much so recognizes this energy source. And so was wondering when he'd show up. Who scoffs, almost rhetorically, asking how he's come back. Last time they saw him, Gohan blasted him into oblivion. Furthermore, how did he obtain this new power of his? There's only one person in this universe with ki like his, echoing back to Goku's thoughts from before. Silent, likely under the threat of Beerus. Vegeta figures if he has no answer, that's fine too. This little reunion is going to be rather short-lived. Which is a rather bold statement coming from Vegeta of all fighters. However, Cell is intrigued to see how far he's come in all this time. Finally speaking up, Goku thanks his rival for the save, but they both know that neither one of them is at 100%. Who brushes this off as predicted, while Cell is ready to begin as soon as possible. The prince knows Kakarot's right. He doesn't have any energy to waste, so he's going to give it everything he's got right now. Without facing him, he instructs Goku to inform the others that he will handle this. And since there's little choice otherwise, our hero heads back to the sidelines to join his friends, wishing him luck. Sporting that never-ending confidence, the android quips if Goku couldn't defeat him, what chance does he hope to have? Last time they met, he couldn't even lay a finger on him. Little known, Vegeta indeed has something Goku does not, and his days of always being a full step behind from his rival are long over. Staring on, the villain admits that his foe isn't as weak as he once was. This is quite the power boost. As we lay eyes on Super Saiyan Blue evolved, the form he unlocked during the Tournament of Power. The prince scowls for him to save it. He doesn't need his pity verifications, and isn't seeking this fool's approval. Either way, Cell again asks if he's ready to commence. As Vegeta takes an early advantage, he ridicules what's the matter? Is the android having trouble keeping up? Who admits that the second Thought Saiyan is putting up a much better fight than Goku did. But he already seems to be slowing down. He's got to finish this now. Giving it everything he's got, he takes the same strategy as Goku and puts all of his ki into a single blast. A Cell shield begins to crack. He's doing it, but can he finish him off? Even Cell himself begins to grow a bit worried. But out of strength, the prince is unable to push through, leaving both Goku and Vegeta completely drained of energy. The monster chortles that last attack was quite dramatic, doesn't he think? For a second, he was actually worried. Goku rejoins his ally to see if he's okay, who's mostly only focused on the fact that he almost had him. Just a little more and all this nonsense would have been over. As above, Cell continues with his vile nature. He narrates that both Goku and Vegeta have failed. How should he dispose of them? Without any other option, Goku asks if there's any way he'd be willing to do the fusion dance. But even if they were given the opportunity, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Gogeta also likely wouldn't have much strength left himself anyway. Piccolo shouts for everyone to listen up. They might have to step in to offer aid to the two of them. But aid them? How? Tien doesn't believe their power would have any effect on him. Krillin seconds this. But they can't just stand here and watch him die. When we return to Gohan, still lying unconscious on the ground, he has a vision of his loving wife cheerfully nudging him to wake up. With Cell putting our greatest heroes on the ropes, will Gohan wake up and unleash the power Whis believes he's capable of? Or has this just been one giant misstep by Beerus?